Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. From the deepest jungles to the outmost reaches of space and beyond the veils of death itself, the Bald and Bonkers boys are back for another episode. It's no secret that you won't know what will happen next, but Dakota Franson and Chris Mole promise that all bets are off. Viewer discretion and straitjackets advised. These two idiots live up to the name.
Did it just shut off early for you?
Nope. Played all the way through right for me. I know what's wrong.
Huh.
I know exactly what's wrong.
Well, what do you think is wrong?
I'm running 150 meg per second internet, and you're running half a meg, I think, per second.
Ew.
That's
Some
what's
days I
wrong.
fucking wonder, man.
I think it's your internet.
Yeah, probably. But Mr. Fiber Optic, you ain't that fancy.
Oh, no, they're putting a new fiber optic into the village, what is it called? They're taking down all the copper wires in the next 4 years. They're taking all the copper wires down, and it's got to be this new digital service, and it's 1 terabyte per second. Yeah, that'll be good for the old impressive. Xbox. 36 gig update. Beep. Oh, that's it done. Because the new, it's shit.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine what it's going to be like when GTA 6 drops?
Oh my god! Look,
I mean, you're finally getting a fucking trailer.
I know. I've not seen the trailer yet. I've no.
It's not officially out till next month. Apparently, they were waiting until Rockstar's 25th anniversary.
I will be purchasing myself a new Xbox Series X, followed by the game itself. But what I know is, because I know somebody that works for Rockstar, the game's going to cost about 130 quid. Round about that. It's about $150 for a game. But it's got to be huge.
Be a damn good game.
It's got to be massive. Seemingly it's got to have like multiple cities and stuff like that. What I've been told so far.
And the AI for it's supposed to be way sophisticated.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Everybody knows, I know this is not a gaming show, guys, but everybody knows that in GTA, the cops are like pre-programmed. So if they're chasing after you, it'll say, throw your keys out the ignition. It gets a bit old after like you've killed the 500th police officer kind of thing, Seemingly, but with the AI, they're intelligent and they'll learn how to catch you. So if you driving up a hill, they'll actually follow you and they'll try and catch you.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Well, we'll see how that goes.
The gaming industry,
AI getting integrated into society, and it learns on how to act based on how people play fucking Grand Theft Auto. Can you imagine?
Here's a subject actually, and it's the perfect. You're young, you may not look at, but he's actually quite young, ladies and gentlemen. 26, 27, round about that. I think I'm getting it right there. See, Elon Musk is offering, is it $250,000 to implant a chip into your head?
I would be tempted for it, to be completely honest, because I think that if it were to integrate to where you can like literally pull your memories out of the chip and put it as a video on the computer, I think that would be awesome. But after I heard about one of the macaws having issues and the chip going way wrong with it, I don't think I would, man.
But could you imagine what that would do for like right? Say hypothetically, say this is maybe 10 years in the future, right? Where it actually works. Can you imagine the benefits with that chip? So hypothetically, you're abducted by aliens, but you can't remember it. But can that chip remember that?
That would definitely be an interesting what if.
Can you imagine
any efforts to try to catch it as the abduction happens? Technology always goes haywire. So would that? Here's another way to look at it. Would that cause negative effects on the chip?
What do you mean to melt down?
Say, I don't know. Maybe it goes haywire and causes some sort of damage because it's not used to so much power. As an example, just as an example, you might say, "Well, Lawrence, that's how you go." Yeah, and they say, certain abductees may have implants in the Galactic Federation. A lot of them utilize implants in order to conduct their operations. But what we're talking about here is going to be like the very, very basic prototype compared to what they got.
Oh, how old is the Galactic Federation of planets?
Depends, because they're
I've
technically
never asked.
not.
Who started that?
Technically, they're not. Technically, in Earth time, they're not going to be found for another 300 years.
Right. But technically, they exist because I know they exist, and Elena talks to them and stuff like that. So, hypothetically, who started the Galactic Federation? Somebody must have started it.
Civilizations around Lyric and started the one we know now. There's been a few different iterations of it.
Right. So, pick a guess at your head. 1,000 years? More?
I don't know how that would work out, considering time travel's a part of it.
Right. Hypothetically, you're no
I
in
mean,
space.
how do they sell it? I know.
So you're telling me the aliens up there the new are not really up there the new. They're actually in a different time zone. But when they come here, they're coming
Technically,
forward.
they're from 300.
I thought you couldn't
300
come
years
back
in
in
the
time.
future.
But I thought you couldn't go forward in time. I thought you couldn't come
Linear
back in time.
Linear time only exists when you're on a planet. When the gravitational pull of a large enough celestial body influences the flow.
No, but I thought with all the way the time worked, because there's the extraterrestrials out there that have went back in time, but when they go back to their world doesn't exist anymore because they're going to an alternate world of theirs because of the time difference. So how does that work?
Yeah, this is one of those things you don't give too much thought to it, otherwise you're gonna fry your brain.
So how does it work with the Galactic Federation? Must have figured out a way. So you're telling me that on the Earth, if I live to 100, which is highly unlikely, if I live to 100, right, I've lived 100 years. But in the Galactic Federation sense, that could just be a couple of months to them.
Depending on what species you're talking about, yeah.
Right. That's actually quite interesting.
Because if you actually really get down to it, different animals perceive time differently. Different people experience time differently.
There'll be races out there right now. There'll be races out there that are 1,000 years old, and they just look exactly the same age as me and you. They're just talking about the now, probably eating their sandwich and looking at the screen, look at the two bald idiots they're talking again. Right, let's change the channel to like the Galactic Football or something like that. You know, I mean,
yeah. Which also makes you wonder, how do birthdays and shit like that work up there? Because if it's not linear, there's not certain set dates. Do they still celebrate like birthdays, anniversaries?
I like your sign. What is it? I'm with stupid. I should have one that says I'm with ugly. I seen that ages ago, but I don't know what to say that. I want one that says I'm with an idiot. You know, I can't have one, can I? But I could have one that you are. I'm with ugly. You know.
Yeah, save that for when you're up with Jenny.
Oh, that's terrible saying that about me. That's terrible. You know. It depends which destiny they are in. At times runs as different rates and different dentists. I don't get it. I don't know lately. I've been sitting looking at all the.
It's difficult.
No, but I've been pondering that. Do you think a lot of the folk out there that they do this stuff think it's a load of madness? There is folk out there that I do believe. I do believe you, and I believe Dots, and I believe in Lena and stuff like that. But there's so many folk coming out the woodwork now that say they're this and they're that, and they're just making it utter up. I was watching a guy on YouTube the other night. That Jesus Christ, they're all fucking holy, and I'm sorry for my saying. I've met some utter arseholes in my life, but this guy taking the biscuit, he was just going on about the Greys and about how he used to go up to the spaceship and the discos in the ship with the Greys and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And
One
I'm like,
hell of an LSD trip.
I know, but it's look. Do you not think that the internet, ever since the UFO explosion, is just filling up with utter shit lately? I mean, Elena's stuff is 100% real. I know that, and your stuff is 100% real in that. And there is people out there that actually produce right stuff, but then there's people out there that's totally fake. And
I know, but that's one of those things. Honestly, I'll say it. I feel that there is a certain percentage of people who try to follow channels like ours, Elena, Alex Collier. Everybody who gets in the field gets them. They simply follow whoever matches their delusions the closest. Do I think everybody is that jumps in on this is a star seed? Probably not,
no,
but I could be
no,
wrong. There could
everybody's.
be factors that I'm not considering.
I'm going to say this right now. No, everybody's a starseed. No, everybody's a star. I do think there's people out there that's had the experience, they've seen UFOs, but that doesn't mean to say you're a starseed if you've seen a UFO. If a UFO appeared above a stadium, it doesn't mean that everybody in that stadium is a starseed. Okay, I mean, you could just be a witness to an event. Okay, I mean, there's people
Yeah.
out there that have been abducted by aliens, but they still might not be starseeds. They might just be getting abducted because they've got something wrong with them that alien wants to look into. Yeah, I mean, they're just
could very
interested
well.
in your lineage. They're interested in what's wrong with you. Okay, what I mean? They're maybe just interested in you.
I know.
Chris Dotts
And
has been telling me stuff like this for years. I still struggle with it. All information. Oh, no, it's not that I don't believe it. I do believe it because I do believe that there is something, and I believe that these things really exist. But there's so many folk. I noticed an awful uprise. See, after the stuff was released in the US Senate hearing. See, after that was released, it just exploded. TikTok exploded. Mind you, TikTok's the village idiots. That's what they all go. But look, it exploded. There's folk out there saying, "Oh, I'm an extraterrestrial for the planet Zorn. And if you send me $25, I will tell you your future," and all that kind of stuff. I mean, honestly, where does it end? Honestly, I think we're in the kind of precipice where we need some proof really soon, because it's just going to be a laughing stock if we don't. Do you know? Agree with me? Do you know? Agree that we need to bring some proof to the table?
Between the U.S. Senate hearings, between the RO director basically stepping down and admitting that he's been repressing shit.
Oh yeah, so
and between I've also noticed there's been a lot of information, a lot of stuff coming out of Mexico because of their Senate hearings regarding UFOs. We're going to see a lot of this, and maybe it's a psyop to confuse the hell out of everybody so they don't pay attention.
I'm going to say this right now. I think,
but
I'm going to say this now. I think there's a lot of people out there that are deliberately doing this to make folk change their minds. I think like a lot of these preppers that say, "Oh, there's going to be a nuclear war," and all that kind of stuff, and they get hundreds of thousands of views and all that. I think they're deliberately doing this to put fear into people's things. It makes them money, one, right? I think there's a bit of CIA or operative kind of thing going on here with all this kind of stuff. And there is UFO people out there that I think are total dicks, right? And the stuff that they talk about is utter shit. And they get all the limelight, and they get on the History Channel and Discovery, and they're up there, and the aliens coming down a big triangle and all that kind of stuff. Where there's actually real people like Elena, for instance. She should be up there telling her story, but she doesn't get to tell a story, and that's the problem. That is the problem.
Well, situations like Elena are one of those ones that are truly extraordinary, that there's so much backstory behind it where you're convinced either she is telling one hell of a story and is damn good at it. She is an author, she has that background behind her. We'll say that. And she's very clearly an intelligent woman. without a doubt. But as we've seen on this show when we've had her on, too much weird shit happens to really deny the possibility.
I'm gonna be 100% truthful here. I think Arena is the real deal, right? But there is people running about that I've been watching lately that I thought were real, and they're just, I don't know, they're shit. I don't trust them. I've been watching a few. I'm not going to name names. And there's folk there, and then they change their story, and then change it again, and then change it again, and then change it again. And every time they change it, it's like it's the same story, but it gets that one wee bit more exciting. You know, it gets that, and you're like, what did you know say that in the first place for? But then he tells it to somebody else, and then he's like, oh, the sun exploded. And then he tells somebody else, and he says, "Oh, the sun exploded, a big big spaceship arrived, and all that kind of stuff." It's like it's getting more spectacular and spectacular. So as he gets more views, so as he sells more books. I'm saying a he because it could be a she or a he. That's why I'm just doing that to mix these up. Look, I do think there's a lot of fakers out there. 100%. That TikTok is full of it, man. Jesus and all that's holy. It really is. There's some amount of shit out there.
You know, the recent guest spot I did on X on Radio, I think Dots actually saw the link for it. You can find a video copy of it on YouTube as well. Honestly, the guy, he's been doing this type of stuff for years, doing this shows, actually gone on investigations. My story started to really confuse the hell out of him. Enough to where it stirred up enough speculation. He's already invited me back for a part 2.
Yeah.
And I think this is exactly what we're going to get into. Let's face it, I'll admit, some of the more exotic aspects of my story, despite a lack of effort, I literally have security cameras going right now to try to catch shit. Despite a lack of effort, I have a lack of evidence to back some of the more exotic stuff. But I have proof that there are UFOs been flying around me.
I've had people, I'm going to admit this, I've had people come to me and say, oh, they think that you're a joke and all that kind of stuff. And I've said to them, listen, I says, it's no fucking joke. I can tell you that right now. What's happened to Dakota is the real deal. I reckon it sounds absolutely fucking mental, right? To the sane person that's never experienced UFO stuff, this is mental, right? Let's face it. If you to take somebody off the street that's never really looked at UFOs and all that kind of stuff and then gave them your story, they'd be like, that kind of thing, they'll just have a mad stare. And I've told them, I says, no, I'm serious. I'm serious. I actually gave one of the Millennium one of your books. And I says to them, I says, listen, I says, he's the real deal. I've experienced things with him. Strange things. Very
You've
strange
actually
things.
tried to suggest I should go through an exorcism because my shit's so weird.
Aye, but that's before I knew it was oil and that kind of stuff and that. Like,
I know.
The alien
I'm
stuff.
just pointing
I
out,
will say this.
You've been in those shoes.
I'm going to say this to now. I've experienced stuff with extraterrestrials and stuff like that. I still experience things with extraterrestrials. I don't really talk about it because I don't like talking about it because it's just downright fucking weird, right? The things that's happened to me, right? There's things that you don't even care about that I've experienced, and it's look, it's weird, right? It's downright weird. I don't get it. This is what really annoys me, right? And again, everybody's going to say they're doing it for the greater good, and you're going to say this. They send you here, right, on a mission to Earth, right, to do that mission, but they don't fucking tell you and you wipe your memory. Then they take you away at night, and they tell you everything, and you get to walk about the ship, and you remember everything, but when you wake up in the morning, you forget. What is the point of that? Really? What is the point of that? That's like it's like taking it. It's like going to somebody and saying, "Listen, here's the first copy of GTA 6. It's yours to play." And everyone gets really excited. Puts it in. Oh, I'm playing GTA 6. This is great. And then he wakes up and he can't remember playing that, but he had a vague, fair memory. He holding the disc in his hand, but that's it. You see where I'm going with this? It's like it takes the piss sometimes. right? I get really fucking annoyed with them. I really do. I really do
Yeah.
get annoyed with them. There's times I just want to punch them in the face. Maybe that's why they don't come about me much more anymore. Maybe I've done it. I don't know. I can't remember. See, that's
There's
the thing.
been incidents.
I can't.
My
I
understanding,
can't
there've been
remember.
incidents.
Really, what happened?
Basically, as you said, somebody got a little too frustrated
Look,
and retaliated.
I think it's a bit like they want the good for the earth, but they're not allowed to help on the earth because of free will and all this kind of stuff. And it is, I know there's the Galactic Federation signed a treaty like Star Trek and all that, and the people of the earth have to build their, what do you call it? They have to. So this is what I don't get, right? The people of the earth can't be helped by the Galactic Federation because they don't have the technology to travel among the stars. But they do have the technology to travel among the stars because the governments of the world, let's take the American government, for instance, have the technology to travel among the stars. So, and the government of the United States is paid for by its population. So, hence, that is the people. Yes, it might be secret. So, why not come down and just show themselves? Why? They're not breaking any rules. They're not breaking any laws. Don't say, oh, but it's the continuum thing where it's the protocol. It's the what's it called in Star Trek? What's it called in Star Trek again? Dots, help us out in
Prime
the chat.
directive. They use
The
the
prime
same term.
directive, right? The prime directive. Don't say it's the prime directive, where our governments have the technology to go to Mars in under a couple of minutes or travel to a different galaxy. They have the technology. The people pay the taxes. The taxes pay for all these kind of things. So hence, there's no prime directive getting broken here. If they show up one day and go, hello, you see where I'm going with this? Why? I get really annoyed with these. I really do sometimes. I really do. There's
An
times where I
example I've
could strangle
always
the wee buggers.
used. An example that I always used. We all know someone who feels they're entitled to everything, yet they're always getting into trouble, causing problems, getting involved. Maybe even got to the point where they got involved in drugs, situations like that. The way the earth sits is a lot like that person. That person is not going to change unless they pull their head out of their ass. The main thing is, with the governments, and I know that Dots is trying to get into this as well. A lot of what happens now is because of our government systems of having elected officials make choices for us. So it's, to them, it makes it look like the people are allowing the governments to keep shit secret. But that's what the transition is trying to do. Allegedly, that's what's trying to happen.
So you're telling me
that sometime next year they are coming.
So you're telling me that the Galactic Federation are waiting now, because people watch this show and I was asking me questions. They asked me these questions that I'm asking you tonight. You're telling me that the Galactic Federation are waiting for our presidents or prime ministers to come out and say, listen, we've got technology that can take you to Proximus B or whatever it's called in under like 3 days. We can go anywhere we want, basically. And as soon as they say that, they'll come down.
More or less words.
But what happens if they don't do it?
They're kind of
just going, because they were given a deadline.
The definitions behind the Prime Directive have actually changed, which allows them to step in a little bit more to force their hand. Why do you think Hamas was sent in?
What was that?
Why do you think Hamas was activated?
What, Hamas in Israel? Why? What's that got to do with the Galactic Federation? Like, the terrorists, other people.
There's a lot of motion going pretty close to them flat out saying extraterrestrials are here. But then all of a sudden, right as that's gaining traction, Iran activates Hamas,
But what would be the point of causing a war?
funded by the United States.
But what? Why do this? Why do this kind of stuff? If they can, the extraterrestrials that are watching us now come to this planet, obviously they're going to bring technology with them, right? They're going to bring like clean fusion power and stuff. Like we're making it ourselves, and in a couple of 100 years we'll have it. But why risk it? Because they could destroy the planet. Why destroy the planet and then they come? Why? It doesn't make sense.
False flagging
Or
and
are
an
they getting
invasion.
desperate? They've got to lose power.
They're getting desperate. So they're going to try to play their final card to make the aliens look bad. False
But the
flagging and
aliens are
invasion.
not with the ones firing tactical nukes at everybody. It'll be fucking Russia and China and America
think about
and
it.
everybody shooting at each other.
Humanity absolutely fucking sucks at keeping a clear head when shit goes south.
Of course
right?
it does.
So if all of a sudden they got a war going on, and all of a sudden there's strange lights in the sky that's shutting down all the weapons, it may even get to the point where it fires back. That's going to make the people. That's going to be the one thing that would actually. That's the thing. That's going to be the one thing that unites the governments of this world. You have one world government.
I personally, if I had a spaceship they knew, which is highly unlikely going to happen, I would just get into that spaceship and I would vaporize the White House. Then I would move to the Downing Street and then I would move to all the mad, crazy place and just deal with them all. But that's not going to happen because I'm no in charge. But you would think be taking out all these nuclear silos and that, it wouldn't cause. Obviously, there's still conventional wars and stuff like that. But I thought the nukes were all deactivated anyway. Or is there some of them that are still not deactivated? Or some of them shielded for being deactivated?
I mean, they say that Area 51 has technologies, and there's actually patents out there to back up this statement up, that they have technologies to block astral projection.
No,
anybody tries to go to astral project inside Area 51, this thing zaps them right out.
So they'll have nuclear warheads then that are basically...
If they got that to protect Area 51, they're going to have that to protect some of their most sophisticated weapons, knowing that other governments of the world, the Russians and the Chinese, have also experimented with psychic ability for the use of espionage and have actually gotten somewhere with it.
What's that there? Rev and Melissa's brought up there. What's that? I don't think they're doing that already.
I think they are doing that to us already one by one. I know many ET experiencers, so a lot of people like us already in the know. And that's also allegedly part of it. Slowly introduce themselves to the outcasts. The story's going to get leaked out. Therefore, it's going to become a little bit more familiar. You're going to hear these stories. You may toss them aside at first, but all of a sudden, you may start seeing things or noticing things that match up to the description of contactees. Therefore, you're going to start being a little bit more open-minded to the topic. You probably still be skeptical, which is a wise move, but
do you think you've ever bumped into an ET in human form? Because I kind of obviously you've got Nordics and stuff like that too. And is that at the convention? At that convention,
there was one gal there who stuck out.
But it's weird because
there was at least 15, but there was at least one.
It's weird because last week I was out just wandering about and I bumped into this guy and he was really weird. I don't know, there was just something weird about him. Tall, really tall, and he had blonde hair and stuff like that. And I was talking away to him for ages, and I felt like I knew him. It was really weird that he was like a tourist. He was visiting the village. It was really weird, and I felt like I knew him. Really nice guy, and he seemed awfully friendly. And then
remember that story
I turned around and he was gone. And I thought to myself, how the hell did he go away so quick? Because there's a fence, there's a road, there was nobody there.
I was like, I've run into a few people like that, but one most recently.
He had blue eyes. I can remember that.
She was very tall, had some Nordic features.
Blonde.
Beautiful gal, yeah. And I don't know.
Strange.
I was starting to draw things in the little journal they gave us, and she noticed. And I don't know. Felt like she was trying to tap into me, tap into
What's that famous?
telepathy.
What's that famous desert in America? It's known for like weird things happening, and when people drive through it, they see weird UFOs and that. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Down in
I listened.
Nevada, yeah.
I listened to a story the other night, and it was this woman. She was given a.
Extraterrestrial highway.
Aye, that's it. Thank you, extraterrestrial highway. It was. She was given this story. She'd rented a car, and she was driving through this, and she stopped at the local gas station. And the guy says, "Listen, don't stop out there. It's really weird out there. Don't stop." There's meant to be like a race of extraterrestrials live there or something. I can't remember where it is. It's weird.
There's a couple
Again,
different spots that max that direction, but if you're talking about the stretch of road that is known as extraterrestrial highway, that particular stretch of road is literally on the outside of Area 51.
right. Well, what had happened was, and this is a true story. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. The woman she's driving through, and she gets a flat.
Mhm.
She pulls over at the side of the road, and she's like,
Oh, wait, I think I know which one you're talking about now.
she says, "Shit, I've got a flat. Oh, I'll just change it then." So she gets out, and it's daylight. It's daylight, and she gets out, and it's like a straight road. There's desert. There's nothing about. There's no hills or anything like that. She gets out, and because I was listening to her, she was actually talking on a radio show. She was telling her story, and she's like, she looks in the boot and she says, "Right, there's it's there." And she started to change the wheel, and she didn't care what she was doing. And she bent over to jack the car up, and she went, and she heard, "Excuse me, what you doing out here?" And these two guys were standing behind her. She didn't know where they came from. They just appeared, and they were
Yeah,
weird looking.
yeah.
Their clothes were weird looking. They were kind of shiny. She said they looked like clothes, but they were kind of shiny. And they went, "You shouldn't have stopped here. It's not really safe for you here. We'll do this for you." And within 5 minutes, they changed the wheel. They just changed the wheel for her.
Mm-hmm.
And they put it back in, and says, "Right, into your car, right, go now, off you go now. There's a garage 6 miles up the road. Go and get that spare repaired." And she went, opened her purse because she was going to give them something for doing it. And she looked, and they were gone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't remember exactly where it was, but I know the story you're talking about. They suspected that it was an entrance to Lemuria that was nearby.
Yes, that's it. Aye, that's it.
I remember.
Aye. I ken they're all about us. I ken they're about us all. Because I think the day knows about us. I really do think they knows about us quite regularly.
Well, at least the ones that can blend in.
And do you think there's any actors out there that are aliens?
A couple.
Mm-hmm. It's like pop stars, Tay. There's some pop stars out there that are just downright weird.
True, but then there's also
maybe that's the drugs and stuff like that. But
drugs will do that to you. But that goes into some of the remarks where you see videos of like Beyonce dancing, and all of a sudden you see her making all these like, and it's the people saying, "Oh, it's a demon coming out. A demon's coming out."
No,
adrenaline does that shit too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think. Why would you want to stay here? That's the thing that's the I can't fathom, right? You're for a society that's like Star Trek kind of like weirdness, right? They've got no money. They've got great health. They don't need to worry about money. They don't need to worry about these things, right? And then they come to this shithole to stay here among us. I mean, are they here for a reason? Are they here for like maybe they're deliberately here so they can just watch us?
Possibly,
learn?
but there's also been a few. You got to take into consideration it's not as black and white. A lot of people assume. There could be some of them who are just here. Like you hear these stories about people who live their lives in the big city and everything's there they could ever want, but they choose to live out in a small rural town because it's a lot more simple and relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
So according to some sources, that's a lot of their reasoning. But in the same time, you got to wonder yourself, because even sources like Dolores Cannon all come out and say, "Oh, this planet's one of the worst."
That's who? That is so weird, that, because I'm trying to find out the new Mother YouTube channel. That's that old woman. She's passed away now, Dolores.
Yeah, you tried getting me to get her on the show. It's like, dude, she's dead.
She was still alive. I didn't think she was dead. Because she was doing lives, and I'm sitting there in the lives. I'm like, "Hello, Dolores. You know what's in my back?"
Well, yeah, because they were doing like we used to do on StreamYard. They were playing old videos, made it look like lives. No, Melissa just got confused at one of mine not too long ago. But also, like Dot says, a lot of them are here because they're genetic relatives.
God, I don't want to come back here. Do you have to come back here? Please.
Yeah, no, it's almost
the
like
love of
the
God.
equivalent of finding out you have relatives from the deep south and go to stay with them.
And they're sitting in the porch going.
Yeah, like the possible distant relatives who found out I was in Georgia for a layover, messaging me. I was like, I'm only here for a layover. I'm not here long.
Oh my God. What's that? Dolores has visited me in my, what's that? Reverend, in spirit, she is a powerful being. Dolores, if you can hear me, please visit Dakota tonight when he's sleeping. Right, so to see if an old woman comes to you in the night, tell me if that happens.
Yeah, how do we know it's not going to be?
Don't come to me, because there's no point coming to me, by the way, because I wear industrial earplugs. A freight train could go past me and I wouldn't hear it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I have bad sleepwalking tendencies. Enough to where I can be abducted by ETs and not really notice. So if someone goes to talk with me, not if I'm been stressed out, yeah, I have a tendency to sleepwalk, sleep talk.
Honestly.
I'm afraid of being that I might be a sex somniac some days.
Dots MC, turn on the spirit box. I don't have a spirit box. I don't really use spirit boxes.
And I'm kind of, well...
He'll get in a trance or something, getting what you call it, possessed by...
Oh, God!
Like that.
You should have seen what happened to me when I was with Nikki Allen at the conference. No, seriously, people were starting to get scared because I didn't pull out right away.
Pull out of what?
The trance she put the whole audience in.
I've actually sent her... audience.
I was in the conference I went to in Orlando. There was a psychic there who put us all into a trance.
That's right. She messaged me, if I mention that certain word, you think you're a chicken. I can't somebody that happened to. Fuck.
Yeah, I would love to, be able to learn, hypnosis and just do that on the air.
Folk have tried to hypnotize me, but I can't be hypnotized. I've 3 people.
You do realize it is possible to be too stupid to hypnotize.
It's not the fact that I'm stupid. It's the fact that I find it. I just find it ridiculous. I mean, I seen everybody up on the stage dump about, think they were chickens and ducks and stuff like that, and I'm like, what the load of shit this is?
Mm-hmm.
But I know people that used to smoke about 80 cigarettes a day. I shit you not. 80 a day. And they went to hypnotist, and they come back, and the next day they never, ever, ever smoked another cigarette.
Oh, good for them. You don't need to be touching that shit.
They did know. So, yeah. Yeah. Go to 75.
Oh, not bad these days.
Stopped smoking when I was 73.
Yeah, there's also those cases.
My grandmother's.
It
only lasted like 3 years, I think.
It happens.
At least she was laughing. Save some money.
I know, right? I mean, what is it?
Turn the spirit box on, Dots. We're getting possessed. I know I see Dakota getting possessed by the alien Vizorgon or something like that.
Oh, we could do it. It's been a while since we've done a session like that on air.
Oh, is that necrophonic one, the creepy one?
Oh, people just don't get creeped out when they realize there's a sigil in it.
Oh, the Palabo. What's that? He's going on about that. The placebo effect.
Placebo effect. Yeah, it's
That's
possible.
very true. I think we should get Dots hypnotized. And we'll get a secret word that we can use.
Yeah. Make him think he's Bruce Springsteen. Get a brief performance.
Aye. I would love to see you getting hypnotized. I'd be like, listen, see before he comes round, can I get him to do a couple of things with a certain special word when I say Cocoa Pops or something like that, you know?
I don't know about you, man.
Look, you've got to throw some humour into this. Even the Galactic Federation, about to be humorous. Well, maybe no answer. I mean, I've heard he's a wee bit strange, but the rest of them, they have a wee bit of comedy in it, you know? If you didn't have comedy, you'd have sadness.
Yeah, very true. It's hard to argue with that notion.
You know, and when they were picking your when you were like at in the space station, you were standing there all handsome with your blonde hair blowing in the wind, you know, next to the airlock, and the guy's like, right, let's pick his body, right? What will we make him look like?
I actually look like my slightly uglier brother.
They'll be like, right, he's going to have a brother, but let's make him even more hideous than his brother. I'm telling you.
What happened with you and your brothers? None of y'all look alike.
I don't know. I don't know. I think I turned out the handsomest one. You could be lost against Drew, but he talks about tanks 99% of the time.
I feel like I would have seen your picture on a list somewhere.
It's fair. Handsome year of the board. You know, look, I can't help it with Scottish accent. You know. Right, go on. Turn on your ghost box before I die of boredom or get beamed up by aliens.
Hold on. I've got a different setup now to where I can run everything on my phone through my computer. See if I can get it to patch through. Can you hear it?
No.
No? Shit.
No.
Turn off.
I can hear that buzzing now.
Come on. Speak up. God damn it. It's not going to work. Well, something else I can try.
I was wanting a reply for the Galactic Federation there. I was wanting 6 months holiday. Back on a planet somewhere. Oh! I thought we'd lost you there. Oh my god. What the hell was that? Is any of you guys in the chat get earphones on? It's his fault. What's that? Can you all tell me what the green highlight on your names is? I know admins are blue.
Fuck, you can't hear me. Oh. That is actually a membership that we now offer on the Bald and Bonkers channel for 99 cents a month.
See? I'll do it too. I'll speak.
Why can't I fucking hear Chris now? Shit!
Can you not hear me?
God damn it. Hold on.
Ground
Fuck.
control. Do you want me to sing a song for you all?
There we go.
Major Tom.
There we go. I'm here. I'm here. I can hear you now.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Right. What was that? Because you melted my eardrums.
Well, no, I was answering Melissa's question here.
All right. Aye. I become a member. It's 99 cents. We're saving up so Dakota can get a blonde wig to make him look like the Palladian guy that he used to be. You know.
You know, I actually have a picture of what I used to look like, right?
Oh no! Here we go. Here we go. Here, How do you ken that's actually
What?
what you look like? You could be totally different. That might be an image that they're just putting into your head to make you feel at ease. You could be a big blob with 10 eyeballs, for all you know.
Why do you keep having that fantasy about me?
I don't know. It's like a memory that's inbuilt in me. I remember this blob with 10 eyeballs.
I don't think it's a
Big ones,
fucking
tasty.
memory. I think it's just your little fantasy.
Tentacles, man.
You
Tentacles.
should probably be.
Tentacles.
You should probably save that shit for your girlfriend.
Look, I have memories of extraterrestrials. I'll have you know, and I can remember ones that were purple. Well, never mind. We'll not really get into that. But I can also remember ones that were blue. The blue ones are interesting. The big, tall blue ones. They're interesting.
Sure.
Oh,
all right.
What? You liked?
Okay.
You liked hearing the story.
I hit the wrong button. I hit the
story
wrong
about
button again.
Ones.
Damn
You
it.
liked the story about the purple ones. You couldn't shut them up. See what I was telling them about. What's that? Thank you, Dakota. Did I get a Snickers bar with that 99 cents?
No,
Watch the
that
YouTube-
go for the Patreon page and go for the $10 a month membership. 'Cause that's about what
Snickers bars. I
inflation
like Snickers
does.
bars. I don't know if
Yeah,
you can tell, but I'm a fan
like-
of candy.
Yeah, we know.
Look, there's nothing wrong with having some sweet.
You like sucking your fisherman friend?
There's nothing. Hey, fishermen friends are lovely. I was sucking two today.
Hey, I admit it gets lonely out at sea, but man, come on.
I was walking around the graveyard, and they're cough lozenges, by the way. I'm just addicted to them. I was in the graveyard today because it is Remembrance Saturday. Tomorrow is Remembrance Sunday, obviously. I thought it was last week, but it's today. I had my poppy on. So, you know, I've had my eye on.
You know what I just realized?
What?
We're wearing the same shirt.
My God, we're twins. It's like that film. It's like
like,
that film. Arnold Schwarzenegger, isn't it? It's like that film. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
Aye, you're Danny DeVito and I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, you look more like Danny DeVito than I do.
Look, it's a Haynes manual.
Nothing's
It's a
on.
Haynes manual. It's got a Haynes manual on it. The Starship Enterprise, I think. No, a motorbike. Sorry, I've got one in the Starship Enterprise. You know, all that kind of stuff.
What the fuck is that supposed to be?
Oh, come on! Don't tell me you don't watch Star Trek, the original series. You know,
I've never actually watched Star Trek. No.
End in the chat. Come on, end in the chat. Have you watched the original Star Trek, the one where they play that tune? There you go. But you got to remember, he's younger. He might look like he's 73, but he's only 27. You're only 27.
What the fuck?
What?
Dude, did anybody just hear that?
What, the air
After the
horn?
horn. After the air horn.
What was it like?
There was like a whisper that came through.
I'm coming to get you, Dakota.
Please, did anybody in the chat fucking hear that?
I heard something, but I would need to go back and listen to it. I've got earphones on. I just thought that was you.
No, that wasn't me.
Aye. That's the Galactic Federation getting ready to beam me up.
Yeah. Oh,
There's
fuck,
somebody in
man,
the chat heard that.
Ken. Yeah. Thank you, Ken.
No, it's Ken and John Morris. He heard something.
John. Okay. We have some
Play the
people that
horn
actually
again, see if it does it.
attention.
Let's play the horn again, see if it does it.
Why? Oh, wait. No.
Tom Jones.
Now speak.
Hello. I'm here.
That's weird that your signal cut out like that.
What? Because I've turned into a weird voice?
I don't know, man.
You're very pixelated.
I don't know. Yes, you are.
No, you're pixelated for
Probably
me.
look better. Probably wouldn't look so bad if I turned off the green screen.
You do look. That's better.
Yeah.
That's better. That is better. I must admit.
But this looks
So
cool.
come on, let's. Is that the SP7 you've got there? Is that the SP7 Ghost Box that you've got there?
Yeah, I have an SP7.
Turn it on then. Do the tear.
I
Turn
had
it on.
it on, but it wasn't loud enough to get picked up through my mic.
I can hear it, you know.
Like I'm literally setting it on my mic.
Perfect. Is there anyone from the Galactic Federation would like to speak? Speak now. It's weird how Dakota's signal's going in and out, isn't it? That's weird. Can't hear you, you're muted. You're completely muted. He's muted, isn't he, ladies and gentlemen? See, ladies and gentlemen. Take that thing away from the microphone for a minute and try speaking in. Why is that's weird that? Because his signal dropped. He disappeared for a millisecond, then he came back and we can't hear him. There's nothing there, Dakota. Somebody in the chat, can you hear him? He's having a private spirit combo. He is. Everybody can hear me. Can't hear him. It's a good job I'm here so I can talk. You know, nobody can hear you. Look at the chat. Everybody's like, nobody can hear you, man. See, he's getting messages now for the Galactic Federation. Yeah, see, people in the chat can hear me, but people can't hear you. Isn't that strange?
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, Commander Thorn of the Galactic Federation. How are you?
What the hell was that?
You disappeared for a millisecond and then you came back, froze, and then your sound just went.
Huh.
When I went as the Galactic Federation, as soon as I said that, you disappeared.
Well, I just hit refresh to try to get my signal back. See if that were to help us. 5x5. What do you mean by that, Bradley? Oh, now we can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Well, maybe if you turned my volume back to where it was, you turned my volume down.
Now you fucking real. See, maybe how do I?
I'm fixing that. Change my name back. That's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible.
God. See, this is what happens when we don't come into a show with some sort of game plan.
Look, we've got guests tomorrow night to talk about aliens and UFOs and stuff like that.
Yes. About time. It's been a while since we had a good guest.
I went and got the guests, so next week's your turn to get the guests.
I'm working on it.
Come on, we
Working
should
on.
do an open panel one night. We should do an open panel next Saturday night. We could do Rev if she wants to come on. We could do a communication special with the Galactic Federation. What do you think?
We can do a live. You know what we haven't done in a while?
What?
Just kind of. We haven't done a live CE5 session in a
That's
long
what we should
time.
do then. See if Rev wants to come on.
Hey.
The experience. Or Dots. You just want to come on. We could have a
I know
Q&A
there's some
panel.
people that are paranoid when it comes to like Dr. Greer's stuff, but CE5 has some pretty solid work behind it. Some of the people that Greer associates with, that's another story.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, you're in luck because see the guests tomorrow night. One of them runs one of his groups. So we'll be able to talk
Well,
to them.
here's the thing. With some of the recent stuff I've been working on to make this company shine, we may actually start be able to get some even more high-profile guests.
Who indeed
We're
will
going to
that
be
be, my young man?
We'll see. We'll see who gets interested.
Yeah, I'm going to play
sounds
the
like she's in.
CE5 tones. I'm going to play. Yep, that'd be great. I'm going to play CE5 tones tonight because see outside it's -5 right now outside. I don't know what that is in yours, Fahrenheit or whatever. But see tonight I could see all the stars, really beautiful tonight, the Milky Way and stuff. I'm going to play it tonight and see if I can go back and see what happens. I want to see if I can get a UFO to fly over.
I want to.
Any luck, it'll beam me up and they'll bring me back.
Yeah, it'll be like that one incident where you scream, "Take me!" and all of a sudden your signal went away and you disappeared.
Again, mind to that. I went.
That was fucking hilarious. Oh dear Lord. I can resist.
Close Encounters of the Twat
Of
kind.
the nipple kind. Of the twat kind. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You should write your memoirs one day, Dakota. And I was sitting there that night. The blind of light came into my room and took me away. And I seen myself what I really looked like. I was a blob with 15 tentacles and 3 eyeballs.
I've been working on one, actually.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Disclose all the latest evidence, some photos, stuff I've never felt before. Get really deep and personal.
I wonder what
alien abductions.
I wonder what's going to be like when the aliens that actually came here. And 10 years from now, I wonder what the world will look like if aliens come down.
Well, let's just think about it like this. Look how much changed in the last, let's say 4 years, almost 5 years. How much the world's changed.
Technology-wise,
we bring in the influence of ETs. The changes in that 5 years will look like nothing.
But it's quite interesting. This is somebody says to me the other day there. It's hard to see when you really think about where you are right now on the earth. I was sitting in my car the other day and I was looking at the mountains in Scotland. It's a kind of hilly range, and I was looking at them and I was thinking, oh, they're covered in snow and they're beautiful. But I was sitting thinking to myself, I was thinking, we're on a planet, and we're not a flat earth, guys. You see the flat earthers, they're just idiots. We're on a planet that's going round about a sun that's in a galaxy, right? Which is in a universe, and we're going through space now. I mean, that's quite, if you really think about it. And it makes you wonder the other civilizations that's out there, all the other millions of civilizations that's out there right now. Just think one day they'll pick up this transmission for this. God help them. That's all I'm going to say is, I'm sorry you had to see this. Let's hope they take 3D 9 to 5 jobs so we can
3-day 9 to 5 jobs and have vacay. Yeah, right. Wouldn't that be
Well,
nice?
the financial system will collapse. We know that.
Yeah.
You know, but maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah. Maybe that's exactly what we need, though.
A clean slate. You know. to
Yeah.
start again.
Sometimes you just got to tear shit down in order to build something new.
That's very true. So, ladies and gentlemen, the hour is upon us. Pop in tomorrow for an interesting discussion. We will be talking about who's the show tomorrow. What's their names? All about beer, isn't it? Am I right? Oh my god!
The
I
truth
actually
about
remember.
beer.
The truth about beer.
We're gonna get drinking, boys. No, just kidding. I got it.
Well, I'll tell you that down there, my boy. That's American style.
As if the Bald and Bonkers boys need alcohol.
Oh my god. What's that band that's got coming up there? Meet Elron Fedris Files. What's this? Episode 4. What is that? Is that you talking about the aliens?
Yeah, hey, you got your segments, I got mine.
I've never said anything about it. I'm just asking.
I'm just saying.
You know?
Yeah.
Just asking.
Yeah, we got
asking.
brand new Franson Files. Has some stuff on there that some people might be interested in. And if you want to see high definition videos that aren't interrupted by signal interruptions, you can just subscribe to the company Patreon page.
Yes. What is it? $10 and you get books and everything.
$10 for full benefits, yes.
See, that's actually reasonably good because you're getting access to all the books.
Yeah.
That makes consider. I mean,
I've been thinking a little something I've been kind of contemplating to try to help, do our little thing about helping, creators out there. What if we put out some music on that as well? I mean, we have the channels to do it.
Alien music. Like they're having Star Wars with that band.
Like, music people that they can download and use in their own videos, so they're not having to pay out the ass for royalties.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah,
that is a good idea.
Yeah, help some people out with that. Yeah.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. $10 a month. What's that a week? That's not really that much. Was that $1 a week or something like that? Yeah, I mean it's not that much. A cup of coffee. What does a coffee cost? Yeah, I mean,
coffee costs more than that. What are you talking about?
I don't pay hardly anything for my coffee at Starbucks.
Yeah, no, you got your niece that works at the Starbucks.
Still have to pay for that. I still have to pay like £1 or something like that. The McFlurry one's quite nice with see the cakes up there, they're lovely.
I don't really go to Starbucks.
I've not been there for a long time. It's been a year since I've been back there.
Are you having withdrawals?
My ancestors
and that's
are
why you're
from
keeping
Ireland.
Track?
Huh?
Are you having withdrawals and that's why you're keeping track?
Well, no, because
my God,
there's caffeine in my brew. Oh, it's lovely and zesty and fruity at the same time.
I know. The first couple sips taste like bubblegum cream soda.
Yep. Do you know? I mean, you can get a 24 pack here for like $10.
Hey, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I just got myself a big 2 liters while I was over there. Look at my tour guide and say, I think I have a drinking problem.
Yeah, I drink about 4 cans a day. It's full of sugar. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you tomorrow night. Remember, share us out, subscribe, share, and like. Click all the links. Think of becoming a Patreon member. £10 a month or whatever. $10. It's actually cheaper. And we'll see you all tomorrow night. Bye-bye. Have a safe night.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe anywhere you see Bald and Bonkers for even more insanity. Be sure to spread the love to the Bald and Bonkers boys' other endeavors. And a special thank you to our audience, guests, and everyone else who helps make this crazy ride happen. Amazing things are ahead. Learn more by visiting www.baldandbonkers.net. See you next time. Much love and take care.
Alive. From
I
ground
know.
control. Still
We're
alive.
still fucking live. Why is this
Still-
not shutting down like it's supposed to? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Would you like